What's going on, everyone? It's Kochyy here. So once again, we have information on the new mid-month banner, the Lost Agent summons only Mercifully, which features a new Jushiro, Sajin, as well as Kensei. And as always, shout out to Soldex, who data mines this information and posts it on Reddit, usually like as soon as possible. I believe at the time of this recording, this info isn't posted on or it isn't updated on Brave Souls FYI just yet, so we'll be using the Reddit post as well as some of the images I've organized here. But anyway, we're just going to go over their stats and skills. Gameplay is not out, I believe, at the time. The banner does come out on the 16th, so we do have some time before gameplay. So I think, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the next day, who knows, we'll get gameplay. So there's no gameplay for this video, obviously. I'll probably make another video when that comes out. But other than that, let's get into it and we'll look at the first character. Oh, well, I guess we can read this. The new characters from the Lost Agent story arc are coming, so this is on the 16th again at Raid Reset. So the new characters are Jushiro with attacks that flow together like a dance, Sajin armed with combined power of Kido and Bankai, and Kensei ready to blow everything away. So start saving your orbs now. We'll start with the first character, which is Jushiro. I'll just zoom this in a bit. So, Jushiro, the Lost Agent version, his quote is, "There are two kinds of battles, a battle to protect life or a battle to defend honor." He is a Soul Reaper captain affiliation. He has the Hollow Killer effect, or I guess killer. He's a mind character. His trait is Strong Attack Recharge Time, minus 14%, and then his stats are as follows. With 1052 stamina, 640 attack, 361 defense, 341 focus, and 773 SP. And his skills are Sprinter, Bruiser 20%, Devastation 40, Frenzy, and Debilitator for 5 seconds. So some positives: he is a Mind Frenzy character with very high SP. It's, I think, the 4th highest in game. Hollow Killer is nice. His SAR trait is good, and it's even better that it's a 14% SAR link, and he is the second 14 SAR for Mind now. The other one is past Rose, and we can pull up the data mined page here. You can see his strong attacks information. We know that he has Debilitator. He has paralysis on his normals, 4-hit string. He has a freeze on his SA1, and paralysis on SA2, freeze on SA3, and then paralysis on his special. So he has a mix of paralysis and freeze on everything, plus his debilitator, which is nice. The only issue so far right now that I'm seeing is that SA2 is, the collision is ranged, so it's a range functioning strong attack. I don't know obviously what it's going to look like because we don't have gameplay. But everything else functions as a melee, his SA3, SA1, and his NAD, and everything else honestly seems fine with him. The two main Frenzy Hollow Killers in mind are Lost Agent Shinji and Swimsuit Hallibell. So upon first glance, on paper he seems quite nice. The only concern I have, like I said, is that SA2, but other than that, he meets pretty much like all the kind of criteria you'd want on a Frenzy unit. With high SP, he has a boosted SAR trait. Almost all his strong attacks are melee functioning. He's a good killer, etc. So I have high hopes for this character, and also the fact that he's a Mind SAR link. Some of you may know that I only have 2 Mind SAR links, so I can't even do a full triple Mind strong tech recharge on a link slotted character. I only have 2. So I can never do full 3 slots, with linked stats. So I'm really looking forward to this character. So far he seems pretty good, just based on paper, but we'll have to see from gameplay how strong attacks are. Hopefully they are fast. His SA3 is full screen, and his SA2, even though it's ranged, hopefully it's not too inconsistent or anything. But that's Jushiro, so now we'll look at the next character. Alright, and the next character is the Lost Agent Sajin. So his quote is, "Stand behind me." He is a Soul Reaper captain affiliation with the Hollow Killer, and his trait is Last Ditch Survival Rate 100%, And his stats are as follows. He has 1053 stamina, 638 attack, 361 defense, 342 focus, and 774 SP. And his skills are Sprinter, Bruiser 20%, Devastation 40, Frenzy, Debilitator 5 seconds, and Poise, which is pretty interesting. So if we just go over his character, he is a Speed Frenzy character. Again, very high SP. I believe he's tied for third highest in game. Hollow Killer is nice. Paralysis on everything. This is Jushiro, yeah. So Sajin, as you can see here, he has paralysis on his... Oh wait, he doesn't have paralysis. Okay, that's actually incorrect. He does not have paralysis on his normals, but he does have it on his SA1, SA2, SA3, and of course his special. So paralysis on everything but his normals. And his poise, obviously that's an important factor. That makes him, I think, the third Frenzy Poise unit in game. First being 1000-Year Blood War Kochyy, and second being Anniversary Ulquiorra. I have some concerns with this character. If we look at his strong attacks, first of all, he is a ranged character. He has a 3-hit range string, which is a bit weird. 4-hit, again, is better. His strong attack 1 is range functioning with 60% magnification. His strong attack 2 is split from melee to ranged. I don't really know what this is. I haven't actually looked it up. Like what other strong attacks are like this to compare it to, really. So again, another like split range functioning strong attack, and then his strong attack 3 thankfully is melee. Hopefully that's full screen, I guess. But I don't know, his strong attacks kind of feel all over the place. I'm not really liking that. And also his soul traits of his last ditch survival rate 100%. This is not good. You typically wouldn't want this. It's not really useful for manual play, because if you're not going to die, then this doesn't do anything. You know, you rather would have even a sad link, because at least you do more damage. But I'll get into that later. I'll get into that more later. But anyway, so for Sajin, we have a lot of speed hollow killers. 1000-Year Blood War Yoruichi, 1000-Year Blood War Shansui, Past Leafs, Valentine's Day Yoruichi. So Sajin really isn't bringing anything new with his attribute and killer combination, other than him having poise. Like I said, his strong attacks are kind of here and there, being melee or range functioning, which doesn't really sit well with me. And like I said, his soul trait is effectively not there for manual play. For PvP, since he has poise, some teams may run him. His SA3 is a Frenzy strong attack with paralysis chance and debilitator. And I'm going to bet it's going to be full screen. So I can imagine that can be quite annoying to go against. Like if I just think of Yuha doesn't have Frenzy. He has like a pseudo poise because of his shield, and he still he still paralyzes like the crap out of my team. And now imagine going up against a character that has Frenzy and like a full screen SA3 with debilitator paralysis. I think that's going to be pretty annoying. I don't really think he's going to make like much of an impact and change in like meta of PvP, but I think that the teams that do run him, it'll be quite annoying getting paralyzed by him, and then that lane is dead, or they grab the soul bomb off of it. I think overall though for PvP, the meta has kind of shifted from sad teams to like DR attack teams when Chad and Halle Bell came out. But other than that, for PvE, he seems that he would be okay for autoing because of poise. And for this respect, the last ditch link is kind of useful because when he dies, he'll revive and all his strong attacks will be refreshed. So I guess you could use that as well. I think the Hojikuzai works. I'm not 100%. I forget. Someone tested this. If you know in the comments if Hojikuzai affects the health you get back from last ditch, let me know. I don't think it does, because I think you always just revive at half health, but if it heals you to full, then that's pretty neat. You can run him with Hojikuzai and SAR links, and he has poise, so he's just going to tank everything, do whatever, auto as much as he can, die, come back, and do it all over again. So for PvE, he might have some use there. But other than that, yeah, not much else to say about Sajin. Really need to see the gameplay of how his strong attacks are. But yeah, we'll move on to the next character. Alright, and the last character is the Lost Agent version of Kensei. His quote is, "Tachikaze will blow everything away." He is a Captain Hollow affiliation with Soul Reaper Killer. His trait is damage taken reduced by 20%, and his stats are as follows with 1057 stamina, 767 attack, 365 defense, 356 focus, and 622 SP. And lastly, his skills are Sprinter, Long Reach 20%, Bruiser 50, Berserker 40, Devastation 30, and Paralysis Immunity. There really isn't that much to say about Kensei. He seems like a very standard, like, NAD unit. Nothing really standing out for him. He does have very high attack, he's the third highest in game. You know, his killer effect is good, DR trait is nice, the bruiser is good, but these are all things that usually these NAD units get these days, so it's nothing that stands out, like I said. And if we just look at his attack information, you know, 4-hit NAD string, fine, everything's melee, standard strong attacks, 8, 16, 24 second cooldown, 120 magnifications on everything, and all are melee collision. So it's very, you know, standard. There's really nothing that stands out that you can really talk about, which is why we need the gameplay. The gameplay will give us a better understanding of his normal attack speed and what his strong attacks are like. But other than that, just looking at him right now, the combination of his high attack and 20% DR link is really just setting him up to be a link for one-armed Genryusai in PvP, or just PvP characters in general, and, you know, for the future to come. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Kensei. So that concludes my, I guess, impressions and kind of very limited analysis on these characters. We don't have gameplay yet, so that's just the stats and skills. I'll probably make another video when the gameplay comes out, but for that, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you found this video informative. Let me know what you think of these characters, if you're going to summon or you're going to skip. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later.